Elite Facts presents
Scariest tourist attractions. 8. 500-foot-high bridge, China. If you've been on a trip to China to go sightseeing, you'll know that China loves high-rise bridges. They've got tons of them. The most popular one is the glass bridge on the East Taihang Mountains in North China. That is a built-in effect to fool tourists into thinking the bridge is cracking beneath their feet. As scary and admittedly awesome as that can be, it's still incredibly safe to walk across. Well, unless someone took a sledgehammer with them, but even then, these bridges have been tested to outlast the most extreme conditions. The bridge we really want to showcase from China is this short but still incredibly terrifying bridge that has no rails and gaps between each wooded plank. Sure, you're strapped into harnesses as this bridge was designed for thrill seekers, so odds are you're not going to plummet if you were to misstep, but anything is possible with adrenaline junkie activities such as this.
7.
Hawaiian volcano tours. If it has a volcano in the title, you pretty much know what you're gonna get. Well, in Hawaii, one of the most popular pastimes are either to bike or hike up active volcanoes. Now, with Hawaii being a popular destination for tourism, you'd think that they'd be strict with their safety precautions. And hey, for all we know, they could be, but both of those activities have track records of fatalities, and the National Park Service temporarily shut down the bicycle tour in 2007 after there were 3 fatalities and a number of serious injuries within the space of a year. So yeah, it has quite a negative reputation. And on top of this, in the decade between 1992 and 2002, Hawaii Volcanoes National Park reported 40 fatalities, along with 45 major injuries. This, however, has nothing to do with the bike ride itself, but rather being attributed to the presence of lava haze, which is a mix of hydrochloric acid, hydrogen sulfide, and carbon dioxide. So as you can probably see, volcanic regions of Hawaii aren't the most ideal location for a vacation. Still not convinced? Other dangers in this region include scalding ocean water, the potential for flying rocks, and a chronic lack of preparation on the part of the hikers. So if you do go to Hawaii, definitely choose somewhere that's not too close to a volcano.
6.
Volcano boarding, Nicaragua. While we're on the subject of volcanoes, let's talk about the extreme sports side of things when it comes to the fiery mountains. Needless to say, volcano boarding is definitely not for anyone with a weak heart, but that certainly doesn't stop adrenaline junkies from trying this out. The most popular slope is based around the 730-meter slope of the Cerro Negro volcano in Nicaragua. Now, you'd think that with a sport like this that the risks would be fairly low. Well, it may alarm you to know that the Cerro Negro volcano is active. Oh, but don't worry, the volcano hasn't erupted since 1999, so it's all good. Said no one ever. But in all seriousness, it's not too much of a worry as the volcano is constantly being monitored on a daily basis to make sure that the locals, tourists, and adrenaline junkies around the area are safe. So after an hour hike up the volcano, you have to slide down the volcanic rock, sitting or standing on a reinforced plywood toboggan. You're able to control your speed by using your feet to brake. It's possible to reach speeds of up to 55 miles an hour, but how fast you go depends on how often you put your feet down. A backpack with safety gear is provided, including wrist guards, knee and elbow pads, goggles, and overalls. Yeah, this may be one of the more strange adrenaline junkie activities on this list.
5.
The Coiling Dragon Cliff Skywalk, China. Now this one is somewhat similar to the East Taihang Glass Walk. However, unlike the East Taihang Glass Walk, this one feels just slightly more fragile. Not because the glass looks thinner or anything, but rather the bridge seems a bit more rickety than that previously one that we mentioned. This glass-bottomed walkway wrapped around the side of a mountain seems to be held up by voodoo. That's what you get at Tianmen Mountain in the north of China's Hunan province. Around 1.6 kilometers long and 1,400 meters up, it's a brutal test of nerve.
4.
Zorbing Rotoria. Don't lie, if you've seen one of these before, you can't tell me that you haven't been tempted to try one of them out for yourself. However, if you're going to try zorbing out, you've got to do it the right way. head to Rotoria, New Zealand. It's because of this place that we were introduced to the unique and exhilarating sport. And because of this, that means they know how to do zorbing the right way. Zorbing entails rolling down a hill in a giant inflatable ball at speeds of up to 30 miles an hour. So you can imagine that being inside of an inflatable ball while rolling down a hill at top speed can be exhilarating and even quite scary. But that's not the only thing you can do. Let's say you're waiting for a turn to use the Zorb. Well, instead of waiting, you can actually be chased down the hill by a person in a Zorb. So pretty much you're reenacting the boulder scene from Raiders of the Lost Ark. Zorb, the original zorbing company, offers a safe and exhilarating experience. You won't have to worry about taking a knock since the double-walled plastic ball provides a cushion of air between you and the ground. Thrill seekers may choose to mix things up and experience the wet ride, where you can slip, slide, and spin to the bottom of the hill with up to 3 people in a ball. This may be the safest activity on the list, but it may also be one of the most fun to do.
3,
Luge Germany. Want to see a recipe for disaster? Look no further than luge. This may be one of the most exhilarating sports out there. The Winter Olympic sport is known for its dangerous speeds and dangerous tracks. Well, athletes who lack fear slide downhill on a board at up to 80 miles per hour while making sure to stay on the long, winding track. Definitely an activity that speed demons will love.
2,
Bungee jumping, Macau, China. Yeah, we know bungee jumping is the most basic bucket list item for anyone. We're not arguing with you either, as it is the first thing people think of when it comes to extreme sports and bucket list items. However, this bungee jump isn't any regular bungee jump. This is the highest commercial bungee jump in the entire world. The futuristic Macau Tower holds the official Guinness World Record for the world's highest commercial bungee jump. And as you can probably guess, with such a title like that, you have adrenaline junkies lining up around the block, up several flights of stairs, and on the actual diving platform to make this terrifying 233 meters plummet. This activity has been open to the public since 2006, and it has been estimated that during the 5-second free fall, you can reach speeds of 200 kilometers per hour, while for the ultimate rush, you can even take the plunge at night.
1,
Thai boxing, Thailand. Are you one of those people who watches UFC live with a bunch of friends and complains about every single fighter and how you could easily knock a certain fighter out yourself? Well, here's your chance to prove it. Want to put your Muay Thai skills to the ultimate test? Head over to Thailand to give Thai boxing a try. Hey, there's no better place to try it than its home country, right? Also referred to as the art of 8 limbs, this vicious combat sport has been around since the 19th century. Unlike with what most boxing and Muay Thai clubs do with beginners by having them wear protection while going into a sparring session, Thai boxing bans all uses of protection with the exception of a head guard. What makes this even more dangerous is that elbows, knees, and feet are all fair game. Needless to say, it's extremely common for even the most advanced fighters to leave the ring on a stretcher. And that's our list. Did we leave any out that you know about? Let us know in the comments section below. Please remember to subscribe and tap the bell button so you'll be notified when new videos are uploaded. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like us and subscribe for more Elite Facts.